So there is a little bit more integration, that happens. As I mentioned, not all SAML vendors have implemented the standard thoughtfully. They typically go, oh, users can log in, but not necessarily the experience to automate users to not have to type their email address or do some kind of double hop information gathering. I don't want to say it double sign on because you don't have to type in a password, but having to add the email address does kind of break the single sign-on goal that we want with every web app. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the authentication scenarios of SSO apps, some of the portal, kind of how we manage them, and also the provisioning. So as common with most, or the way the internet evolved, there was no central authentication to a corporate directory. Every account was created, you get a unique password on that isolated web app, and that's about it. Essentially, this mandates the use of shared passwords on these different web apps, just from the point of fact that users can't remember 30 or 40. So, came the user password extensions or add-ons like LastPass, RoboForm. A lot of the modern browsers now have password management built in. So this is great, but it really allows you to sync with personal accounts and take corporate passwords out of the environment. And it's also managed on a per user basis. Like most corporate environments don't know what password management tool each individual user is using. While there have been some attempts by these vendors to create enterprise types of management, it's been very complicated because users or IT organizations would deploy these and end users would end up logging in with their personal accounts. While they thought they were maybe provisioning some central accounts, users of popular tools would end up just logging in with their personal accounts. So, this provided just a huge management complexity of it was essentially caching passwords. You weren't really managing passwords. So then came a number of portals and add-ons that did try to create this bigger enhancement. And Azure AD does fit into this bucket and the fourth bucket as well, that you can assign credentials at the server level, so up in the Azure AD portal, not only to individual users, but groups as well. So, we have a couple applications that we have a shared password, and those passwords rotate every 30 days. So it was rather challenging, just for the IT folks to manage that, on November 1st when the passwords change. Oh, great, I have to go find the updated one in our central secure repository. This tool allows me to essentially push that out at the server level. So when they go to the portal and select the application, it's already configured in the browser extension with the latest password. And the last one was the magic of true single sign-on, and that's federated single sign-on, also known as SAML. And that was the more complex method where essentially we're going to an identity provider, Azure AD in this case, and communicating via SAML through a signed certificate web assertion request that says, I am John at Agile IT. And so what that's going to do is it will allow the app to then match that attribute with its own authentication scheme, and then go, okay, well, this user also has all these attributes like first name, last name, app role, and other things that are very specific to the application. And it's just using that signed, confirmed, this is my email address or ID in order to access that application.